welcome to Create Astral episode 19. So in this episode, what we're going to do is, if you look at the quest book, we last time kind of worked our way through this sort of section, as well as just made some other basic improvement-y stuff. We made our way towards brass, and then we got to make some brass casings and precision mechanisms next. However, I want to go back and do this sort of area up here, so that we can get some electricity going. Last time we made a couple of these plates. We are also going to need to make some other stuff. So the first one of those is an integrated circuit. To do that, we need to be spouting silver, a couple copper wires, and then a press, and we have to do that 4 times. So I've set up a little thing over here, and this is basically where we are going to get this thing set up. So I think I have all the stuff in my backpack that we're going to need. Probably should have cleaned out my inventory before I started this, but such is life. And we're going to put a pump, like so. Except we do want it facing the other direction. Like that. And then we want to not have this connect up. How do we do this so that these don't connect? Maybe something like this? Nope, that's not it. Oh, actually, I bet I know. I bet we use a copper casing. I bet that'll help. Let's try that. Let's grab one of these. That guy's having a great time over there. Then we're going to still put one of these copper pipes here, but then we're going to do that. And no, that's still connecting. And I was trying to spew copper at the top. That's an idea, actually. What if we do this? Turn that to glass. And then can we connect that specifically to this? No. Nope. Nope. I was kind of hoping that this would work, just sticking these two things next to each other. Unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case, so let's just move both of these. What do I not need? Let's get rid of this, I guess, for now. So I guess that's not going to quite work. We'll put it here instead. There's some tracks over here. All my stuff is going everywhere. Let's do that. And then we can take this mechanical pump and put it here. And then we'll have it connect 1, 2, 3. And this is where our spout needs to go. So I've actually done one too many. Like so. And then that gives us space to put things on. And I think the rest of the stuff is going to fit as well. So, then we need a press and a couple of deployers. I'm trying to think of what the best way to set these up are. Probably something like this. I think that's one too high. Yeah, that's definitely one too high. Which actually means that this thing is one too high, which means we do need this pipe here. Oh, my inventory is way too full. Let's just chuck this over here for now. Let's get my spout back. Let's put it here. Then we can take our deployers. Deployer 1 needs to be facing down. Good. 2. Then we have our press. Oops. Which is, of course, facing the wrong way, but that's fine. Then we do that. Okay. I'm going to go sort out my inventory real quick, and then we'll come back to finish this up. So I've sorted out my inventory a bit. And then I think the last 3 things we're going to need a gearbox here. And then let's stick 3 cogs on this side so that all of these are now functioning. We do need some fuel. We do also need to load these things up with copper wires. So let's give copper wires to this one, copper wires to this one. And then we can go over to our charcoal farm and grab some fuel for this thing. So definitely have enough. There's just like backing up here. It's way too full. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I thought I put a crafting table over here, but apparently not. Either way, let's head back in. Let's turn these all into one block. That was a bit of a glitch there. Stick these in here, and then in here, let's fix that. Ooh, I actually do need some more gears because I need to connect these two things. But we're going to put some silver. That's going to get melted down. I should have a whole bunch of silver in here. Let's take like 1/4 of a stack. Let's grab a couple more gears as well. Let's eat some rice. There are 2 of them now having the time of their life. Can I run into them to try to fix them a bit? I think they don't like the catwalk. I think that's the issue. Anyway, so we're going to stick our silver in here. Can't stick too much in at once, but that's okay. How did that attach like that? That's so strange. Either what we want to do is we want to attach this. I'm gonna put it on this side, like so, and then like so. And now we should hopefully have silver flowing into there. Good. And the last thing we need to do is we need to get some of our lapis sheets. So we have 8 of them. So we're going to do 8 of these. As far as I can tell, we just do this like we did with the redstone circuits. This goes along, it gets sprayed, it turns into an incomplete thing, and that seems to be about it. And then we just repeat this a couple times. So we'll make a couple of these to start with. Oops. Come here, you. Supposedly we're supposed to automate these. I don't know how we're automating silver or lapis. But I have some ideas for automating the last part of this. Either way, we just loop this a bunch of times, and then we should have some integrated circuits. Alright, we have some done. I think this one's the first one. So, here's the final press for our first integrated circuit. Smack. And now we have one. Which is excellent. Now, I'm curious to see if these things continue on that way. Will they stack? We don't have any others that are quite that close to being done. But I'm going to make these last 3 as well, just so that those are all done. And then we'll come back when we have a whole bunch of these ready to go. I guess they do not stack. That's fine, we'll collect these. And now we have quest complete. So while we're waiting for the rest of these to finish up, let's have a look in our quest book. We've completed that. We don't get any rewards for it. Yeah, like I said, we gotta automate them somehow. We also have to do the basics of energy storage. So we're gonna need to make a red energy cell battery. That's going to require some silver sheets, some copper spools, which just requires more copper, and what was the last thing? Some Certus quartz. So I think we'll do that after I get these ones finished up here. So we have our 8 integrated circuits ready to go. The next part, like I said, was making that a battery. So we're going to need some silver sheets, Certus quartz, and copper spools. Now, I don't quite remember how to make a spool. It's been a while since I've had to make one. So let's look up one of these. It's just some iron sheets and some nuggets. I should have all of those things. I will also need these. There's iron nugget. There's a couple iron sheets. And I have... Oops. I forgot this makes 18 of these. And I have copper wires. So let's make a few of these since I have those to make. And then we need some silver sheets. I don't think I used all my silver. I needed 4 of them, so let's start smashing those down into plates. Let's put away these copper plates since I don't need them right now. And I think that was all I needed. Those, the 2 quartz crystals, and these things. Cool. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure to get these, you have to, like, grow them or something. Yeah, you have to wash these things, which you have to mill Certus quartz. I wonder if it's worth, because I have a bunch of this stuff. I wonder if I should just mill all of this. Just to get more of these crystals growing? I guess that's not incorrect. Anyway, put these there, we put these there, we put one of these here, and we get a red battery cell. Awesome. So now, we're at our first electrical source. So we need to build an alternator. We're going to need more iron sheets. We do need more copper spools, so it's a good thing I did those. We got the integrated circuits, and we got the capacitors. Electron tubes, I can make no problem. How do I make the capacitors? I was literally just looking at that, that's why I need electron tubes. And this is where we're going to need zinc. I'm starting to notice that zinc is kind of a bit of a bottleneck, which isn't ideal, because automating zinc is kind of a pain in the butt, it seems. So let's get those going. Do I have... I only have 1 polished rose quartz, but I do have a bunch of unpolished stuff. So let's get some sandpaper, let's polish these up. And let's do this for a bit. Let's put our sandpaper back in here. 19 polished rose quartz. So let's head over to our thing. And this can just start making this stuff. To make rose gold, I think we need copper and gold. The gold, I don't know if I have that much of. Copper, though, yeah, we're not really lacking on copper. I do also probably need to make this little hole look nicer, because right now it's just kind of boring. Do I have more gold in here? Got 6 gold. I need more gold. Let's just get some more of this stuff going while it's spouting out. It's all actually already done, which is pretty good. Let's get more smelting up while we do this. So we got these. Then we need some more copper sheets, and we need our zinc sheets as well. Copper sheets are there. And then, I think it was in this order. We need 2 of these. And I've forgotten what else we need. Alternator. iron sheets. So it's just iron sheets that we need now. I have 2. I think we need more than that. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure I've got a bunch of iron in here. So we'll smash that down. And then we'll keep going. Okay. And I think we have all the bits to make this. We do. And that is that complete. Awesome. We get some crushed raw copper. We get 5 of it. Looks like that's just grand. I think we wash it into nuggets, or we can just blast it. That's actually probably easier. Let's do that, because nuggets are not a fun thing to have to deal with. Okay, so now we're on to power the world. We need to make some connectors. We need to make a gold spool, so we're going to need more gold. I think I have some gold sheets. I have 2. But that actually should be exactly enough to make us what we need for that. Also going to need some more spools. So let's grab another one of our iron nuggets. I should have the iron plates on me. Oop, those are zinc. And we also need some connectors. What are the connectors? Copper rod, andesite alloys. Copper rods, I think we just roll copper. Do I have any copper ingots? I have 3. Excellent. So let's get those out of there. Let's throw these in here. And let's make our gold spool. And let's make our connectors. I think I need some andesite alloy for this, which I should have. And I think it was one of these, 2 of these, that makes 2 of them. Let's actually make a few of these, because I think these are going to be important. Okay. So we have all of this stuff ready to go. So all your energy can be transferred now around with easy-to-use wires. Connectors attached to either an energy producer or an energy consumer. Once attached, a copper energy spool can be used between them, allowing electricity to be passed around. Copper spool only has so much range. If you want it to travel even further distances, you can use connectors attached to flat surfaces as the middle point. Tech Reborn insulated cables can also transfer energy around, but are much uglier and clunkier. And we get a Tech Reborn manual, which we do have space for barely, and it opens up a few new things. So we can make some new tools. We can make a grind machine. We can build the compressor. Or we can build a more efficient thing for, oh geez, for rubber. Okay. Now, interestingly, I've not actually had to make any electricity yet. So what I might do is I might make a electricity plant. What I'm thinking is, if I use some of this area back here, like this hill, that might be not too bad, because I can kind of put it up here. I can have some windmills up here generating power, and maybe the power station is like here. The train can go through the middle of it. That could be kind of cool. So I might pause for a sec and build that first. So I started making our electrical factory sort of thing. As you can see, it's kind of over here, over by where we have our andesite thing. And I've built 2 giant windmills in the back to get the power from. Which also means I built a second alternator. And I think all we have to do is we have to stick these onto here. Unfortunately, it looks like that's going to overstress it. That's fine. Do I have my wrench with me? Yes, I don't think I have any shafts with me, which I do not. But that's fine. I had these things spinning quite quickly to hopefully generate as much electricity as possible. But we do have an andesite place right next door that we can go to. So we can build some real quick. I can't imagine that we're going to need more than 16. I think I'm also going to build a little path over this direction. So I can get over here a little bit easier. If this thing is overstressed, let's get rid of... Let's get rid of these and see if that's still overstressed. That seems to be enough. Cool. And this thing's already full of energy. So all we have to do is we have to get rid of these two. I guess this cog isn't doing anything either. So we don't need that one either. So let's get rid of this one. And both of these should now be producing electricity. Cool. So now we're going to need to take our connectors. We're going to need to pull our lines over and across over into here. I think they're going to plug in up here somewhere because I want to hopefully keep these cables out of the way of the train when we eventually build that. And they'll plug into here and then down into our machines. And now we have our electrical factory ready to go. So I've gone ahead and made an interior for this as well. It's very bare bones. There's an upstairs which has nothing in it besides like a chest. But what we want to do is we want to run our electricity from our windmills back here, and we want to connect it up into this building. So I think we're going to take a couple connectors. We're going to stick them... I don't really know where they need to go. Stick one here and one here. Then we need to stick one here. And all that energy just went into this connector, I think. This goes here. Then we take a copper spool. We'll run it to this first one. Hopefully, when we build a train that's tall enough, we'll take the other one and run it over to here. Then, this is the part that I'm not sure about. We somehow have to get these into this building. So what I might do is I might cut out this part of the wall. And how far did I go? 2, so let's go 1, 2, 3. Here. And put another connector in here. Then this one connects from here to there, which kind of works. And this one goes from here to here, which doesn't look great, but I think that's fine. Then we can actually make some machines to do stuff with this. So I have those over here. Let's make this first one first. I don't remember what it is. It's going to be one of these three things. I just don't know which one. So this goes there. This goes here. Diamonds. Sturdy sheets. And one of these. Do I have to switch these two? No. Let's have a quick check. Ah, the grinder doesn't go on top. Okay. So this goes in the middle. This goes here. These two, and machine frame. And now we have a grinder. So we're going to put this over here. I think I might move this so that's off the floor eventually. Then, I believe we take a connector, stick it on the back, we take some more wire, we connect it to there. And this now has power. So if I want to grind something up, I can put it in there, and it'll do the same thing as the mill, just more efficiently. The next thing, let's do the compactor. Let's do this way. Compressor, that's what it's called. So we'll do that one. Then we take these, and I believe this one is... What is this one? Let's see what we have the options of. It's not that, it's not that, it's not that. Have we done a compressor? Yes, we've done a compressor extractor. We're actually going to make 2 of these. And then the last one is some sort of... What is it actually called? This thing. A wire mill. So let's look up wire mill. And let's make this thing. Just like that, I've got a whole bunch of machines built. So if we place all of these... Oops. Do take a little bit to break as well. Then we take some more connectors. I have to plug all of these in. All of these things should now be getting power. Cool. So, I think all that's left to do is complete any quests. We get Dash Handle Rod, we get Random Thing, we get more notes of experience, wonderful. And we get some other stuff. Cool. So I think either way... Oh, I also found one of these things on the moon. Smart Shoot, that's kind of cool, I guess. By the way, I think we'll stop there for this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit like and subscribe. That is always cool to see. And I'll see you in the next episode.